Oh, that is the 70th you're going to get, dude. Now everyone's going to know you were born in the 70s. What's up, team? It's Hollywood here by myself. I know. No uni cooker today. A bang. He's decided he had a better invitation and he went to Tim's place in Ballarat, apparently. So, yeah, couldn't be bothered on a Sunday. He thought going to a bachelor party would be a better idea. So, thanks, Brett. I hope your golf handicap was terrible. I hope that you've got a hangover for days. And I hope that bus ride home on the old Greyhound is bumpy and with lots of stops. All right, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. So today is cooking our Sunday session. I'm never going to get that right. TSJ Sunday sesh. But I'm doing it in the shade. And you're wondering, why are you in the shade there? And it's because last night, all day yesterday, I went to a festival called Froth and Fury Festival, which is a heavy metal festival here in Adelaide, run by the fabulous Anita DaCosta. And I got to tell you, it was an amazing event. Heavy metal bands, not typically my thing. A few cool punk bands, especially one that's aptly named the Hard-Ons for any of those 80s kind of Sydney pub kids like I was. And the festival was fantastic, except Ginger Nuts here, old Fanta Pants, slipped, slopped and slapped in the morning, and then he forgot. Yes, hi Josie. He forgot that he's a ginger, and if I come up close, you can see how burnt my forehead is. I'm burnt to a crisp. So I'm cooking in the shade, and I'll take my sunglasses off because that's just rude. But it's still sunny. I'm feeling very festive. We're getting to that time of the year where we're preparing for Christmas. And I thought the show must go on even though the Unicooker's not here. Bang. Every time I say Unicooker, I always say bang. Because that's his little catchphrase now. To replace the pew, pew, pew. So what I'm doing today is kind of like one of those meals that I think would be good preparation for the Christmas like the Christmas plates. That you might be, the Christmas spread, as it were. And so this one is my favorite dish to do of all. This one is even tattooed on my arm. There's a little octopus holding a lighter and some tongs. So I love cooking octopus. It's fantastic. I think this half of me is Aussie and burns easy. This half of me is Greek and whatever Greek people do. Octopus, obviously. P.S. I can't cancel myself, so tough luck. Hi Sarah, how are you, darling? All right, so Sunday sesh. It's going to get a little icky at the start. For the squeamish, just kind of mute it. Just look at my pretty face and don't look down on the tray. But then it's going to get very pretty, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about octopus. Now, all octopus sold in Australia comes pre-tenderized, which is great. This recipe doesn't require it to be pre-tenderized if you've got a lucky fisherman in your house, or you've got a bit of a bycatch, or you're like everyone in Sejuna who typically throws away octopus. Don't throw it away. Bring it back here, and taking the said octopus, this one's packaged and therefore tenderized, or not tenderized. You can see this one's had its head removed, and it's just a bunch of tentacles. What we're going to do is we're going to cut those tentacles into individual strips. We're going to remove a little bit of that hard, it's Australia, it's fly time. We're going to remove a bit of that like hardish skin, and then we're going to basically soften, we're going to marinate, we're going to prepare this so that it is super tender soft from the minute that you cook it all the way through to when it's plated and served with my favorite dish, which I'm saving as a secret at the end. All right, so this is the octopus in question. All I'm going to do is lay him down on this table. I'm going to take a sharp knife and I'm going to basically just run it down the edge of that. The reason I'm using one hand is because I just forgot to bring my other glove out. All right, there we go. Perfect. Once I take that guy off, I have the creepy tentacle. Oh, they're so creepy, dude. And they can be a little bit intimidating if you've never cooked one before, but I can guarantee you, if you do them right, they taste fantastic. So all I'm going to do is take a little bit of this paper towel, and we use this paper towel technique when we're pulling the back of ribs for the membranes to get a grip. We also use it for this kind of icky octopus. Now, because I'm only using the one glove, I'm going to pin it to the ground here, and all I'm going to do is work a piece of that skin. And so by working a little bit of that skin, you'll see in a second when I get him up, it's just like that beef rib. There we we go. It's just like that beef rib. Screw it, I'm going to use my hand. I'm the only one eating here, so if I get food poisoning, just don't do this. Okay, so you can see there, I've grabbed a little bit of that skin, and all I do is work that down. And if a little piece comes off, another little pinch, and I work that skin off. Now, a lot of people just leave that skin on, but I find that it is really gross and just gelatinous-y and horrible. So you can see I just keep working that skin off, working that skin off, and you'll notice I've got a nice clean white bit of skin there, and the bit that I haven't worked is all that grainy, horrible stuff right down to the end. This little flappy bit at the end, I tend to just take off and I'll just stir fry that, but this is the bit that I want. The next thing we're going to do with this is we're going to marinate it, okay? Once it's been put in its marinade, we're going to marinate for at least 6 hours. So it says 3 to 6 in the book. I like to go 6. You can even go overnight and it'll tenderize it even more. Once it's been marinated, we remove the marinade and then we basically just curl it up into a little ball. We take a skewer and we run that skewer straight through the middle of it. And then we stack them up. If they're small like this, we'll stack 3 to a skewer. If not, we'll stack 2 to a skewer. Once they're stacked up, we basically get ready with the barbecue. So I'm just going to remove this stinky stuff. Give me 5 seconds so I can get to the pretty stuff. Are there any questions about Octopus? Hello, was there ever an invitation to the Naked Chef co-host? Hey Renee, how are you? Pop on over. I might get my kid off before this ends anyway, all right? How about that? So let me put this up here so the dog doesn't get it. For anyone who doesn't know, that thing in the background, that's a Basenji. Now, you know I love history in all the videos. I like to give a bit of a history lesson. That is a curly-tailed dog. It's the oldest breed of dog in the world. Not him specifically, but the actual breed is the oldest breed of dog. His name is Poco because he's loco. They come from Africa. They're called a Congo Terrier. And when I got it from the breeder, he said to me, mate, it's not the dog for everyone. It's the sort of dog that you need to have a little bit of ADHD with because the dog has ADHD. And I was like, mate, you might have nailed the right dog for me. And so far, we've bonded like best friends. And because I don't have any best friends, they leave me and go to Ballarat. Or camping. Thanks, Wolf Creek. Anyway, I digress. What we've done is we've created this little marinade, okay? And this is what's going to get poured over that octopus. Now, this little thing here is beautiful and simple and easy to make. It has about 6 ingredients in it. That's all. The ingredients that go into this delicious liquor that I'm not going to drink, it's the only liquor I won't drink, is red wine vinegar is the key ingredient, along with lime juice and olive. But there is a secret to making it the best in the world. The best in the world, if you can get it, to make it perfect, and you're going to have to go on a trek, is this thing. Now, I'm going to read it to you because it's backwards. It's raspberry vinegar. Raspberry vinegar is insane. I didn't know they could make vinegar out of every fruit. Who knew? If you knew, you could show me. But raspberry vinegar, it adds a colour and a much more sweetness and a brightness than red wine vinegar. But red wine vinegar is the go-to if you look at recipes online. Then a nice, good quality olive oil, and away you go. That's it. Then it's just got some spices and some herbs. And because I'm Australian, I throw rosemary in there as well. But that's pretty much it. You get to make your choices, okay? All right. This is the same recipe I made at Oyster Fest, Sarah. Exactly. Because when you're on a good thing, you stick to it, all right? And you know me. I'm very consistently silly. So what I did was I took some of those and I marinated them and I prepared them and I have them in the old smoker. So rear view mirror of Grant. All right. This is what they look like. Using my weird demon hook that I found at someone at the random metal fest yesterday. Come here, dude. Come to your home. Come to your home. All right. Always when I'm cooking, remember the rule, you have to cook something else with it. These are chicken wings. Those chicken wings are cooking in there. They are covered in jack of lamb because I called it jack of lamb, didn't realize it actually worked on other stuff. So these are smoked, okay? So the skin's mostly removed, they've been marinating and they've been smoking in there for about an hour, okay? They get a nice little cherry color to them. And pretty much you could chop these up and eat them because they're sitting at about 160 degrees. I know that because I use an instant read thermometer, and I always suggest that someone uses an instant read thermometer when they're starting to cook, because otherwise you won't be able to tell by just pressing on them, okay? So they're done, ready to go. But what I'm going to do is take the camera off, go for a walk through my absolutely messy backyard from those filthy little kids, and show you how the Greeks do it. Oppa. All right, let me turn this around. No, stuff it. You can come walk with me. Look at this sunburn. Okay, don't judge me because my face is so red, okay? I'm not embarrassed. I didn't have surgery. It's just really sunburned. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin you around. The wings are going great. We'll go through a wing cook later on, I think. What do you reckon? All right, here we go. So let me show you what's what. Okay. So this here, guys, is just sitting down the back of my yard. It's the little mill scale. This is the mill scale metalworks from all the way from the US of A. Okay, down there in Texas. And I've got a bit of charcoal going, and I decided to throw a few lumps of wood on there as well. So that's nice and pretty, and that thing's nice and hot. All I'm going to do is take these, and that's the sound of ASMR grilling, if you can hear it from there. That one decided to come off. So that's going to grill away just there. They're going to burn up. I'm going to... Come on, dog. Come with me. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go for a walk. Come on, Poco. You're famous. Let's go, little man. What I need to do is get some utensils. Like... Now, when you're selecting tongs, what I like to do is... These are normal size tongs. These are like rat sized tongs, I'd say. And then you have Hollywood tongs. I think I'll take the Hollywood tongs this time. Bang indeed, Rat. That'll get them every time. All right, so let me just go back. Follow me back as I go down past that beautiful green lawn. Have I done a great job on that or what? Okay, so here is my little cooking pit over here. So I'm just giving them a quick char grill. I want to make sure that they're going to get nice and hot. Ready to roll. This thing here is a... what do you call hibachi? So I can actually do this and change the height. So if I want to get it hotter or colder, I can just move things up or down. So I can give them a proper charring if I want. Very handy bit of kit. Not everyone has one. If you don't have one, you know the drill. Just get a nice hot frying pan and you're away, okay? So let me take this one off the end because he fell off anyway. Beautiful. Get him charring away. This little guy should be charring away nicely. Perfect. This little guy's nice and soft. You can see how soft they are. They're like butter. Okay, so they're just going to char up and let them roast away. Now, are there any questions to me while I'm roasting away this octopus on a nice char grill? Apart from you, Liam, saying oofed. All right, let me have a look at this. Thank you, Renee. It's a lovely shirt. It's my favourite shirt. It is a Liberty shirt from Liberty's in London, which are the fabulous fashion designers, because I'm actually quite a fashionable cat. I don't know if you noticed that. How are the beers going over there in Ballarat, mate? Are you getting ready for the bus? Oh, here we go. The question is, what am I serving it with? Sarah, that is the perfect question, because I think there's only one thing that goes with this dish. So if you can guess what that is, you're doing very, very well. Can you guess what it is? Let's see if you can guess what it is. Oh my goodness. More of that, thanks. I want to make a joke. I want to say something like, I'm a real sucker for octopus. I'm going to do all the dad jokes, actually. I'm a real sucker for octopus. I think... a grimly shake? No. I love to get my arms around octopus. Hey, Betty, who says the night's over? Thanks very much. But no, I thought I'd just do octopus to start with, thank you, Ruth, because I had to do a bit of a live fire demonstration. I'm getting a lot of stick in the comments if those people don't know. All right, here we go. That's looking delicious. I'm loving that already. You're looking fantastic, my little uncoiled friend. All right, so I'm going to take this up there anyway, because I'm going to do it early. But I would normally leave that up there and let them crisp like crazy, but I don't care. because I get to do whatever I want. Whatever you want, whatever I didn't mean it. All right, here we go. Here we go. These are the bits that the dog will try and eat off later and burn his little face off. Okay. Back to me. Man, my hair is sitting up pretty today. It's like a tower of hair. That's what happens after you go to a festival. You don't bother taking care of it in the morning. All right. Let me put this camera up here and then move this back and I'll show you what I'm plating it with, okay? Making sure I get good and drunk on the bus. Tell us about the bus trip, buddy. All right. So, whoop, I'm sideways. Beautiful. Okay. So, this is what we're going to be doing next. Okay. More ink than an octopus. That's clever because of the tattoos. Dude, Liam, I know you've got the 2 kids now, but does that qualify you for dad jokes? I'm actually not sure. What I'm going to be doing now, the dog just saw me drop my tea towel, and he's just going straight for it. Hey, Paul, can I have it back? Poco, can I have that back? Thanks, buddy. Don't try and grab it. Just stop. Don't try and grab it. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Simple plating this thing up. All I like to do is take it off its skewers, place it onto the chopping board, like so, because I don't have to be too calm with this thing. And normally I'd serve this as a sort of side dish. You can have it obviously as a main. Once I've got all my octopus similarly positioned, I'm going to chop it up really kind of like just into those chunks. So pretty much as I'd want to eat it. It is extremely tender, and when I press down on the knife, it just flattens out, which is what you want. There's no tough octopus here. If anyone's been put off by octopus because it's, you know, tense or tough, this is not the one. And I'll give you an example of how soft this octopus goes when you smoke it. It falls apart in your hands. Okay? I'll taste it. It's horrible. No one else in the house eat any. Okay? So, holy cow, that's so good. Rhett, that's better than the beef ribs from last time, matey. I'm sorry to tell you. So the way I plate this up, it's really simple. I dip into the old Skinnymixers little taste of books. And I choke to death an octopus live on a TSJ stream. It's going to be the best thing ever. All right, so a little taste of Spain. Can anyone guess what I'm going to cook from a little taste of Spain from the Skinnymixer kitchen? What goes best with octopus? I hear you ask. Why don't I just plate it and you'll be able to see. Can you guess yet? It's red. It's bright red. It's pretty. Did anyone guess? No, not chimichurri. No. Although I do like chimichurri. But you know I like chimichurri with my carne asada. So all I'm going to do is take these delicious chunks of goodness, place them ever so everywhere. Oh my gosh. Somebody stop me. A few more tentacles. I said tentacles. I didn't say testicles. A bit of the devil's weed. The devil's weed, for those people who don't like it, I love it. It's rocket. Rocket is the king of all things seafood in my house. A little bit of the old olive oil. And that is smoked, char grilled, Skinnymixer Tapas style octopus on the Little Taste of Spain romesco sauce. Ah, the romesco, for all those people who forgot that delicious dish. Now that is the entree for my squidlets right now. Do you think they eat the worst? Yeah? Shocking, right? Yes, I saw a few devil's weed. It's okay, you can pick it off. I really like it because of its peppery taste. I can grow it in the garden. Maybe one day I'll take you down and show you the veggie patch as well. But that is, without doubt, the easiest and simplest dish you'll make. The marinades, do it overnight, and basically smoked and char grilled or cooked in the oven to the same temperatures, and you have an amazing looking dish. And now I'm going to go feed some squidlets. And that was the 3rd Sunday sesh in a row. So remember, go back, you can highlight these things, send them to your friends, comment and share. What I'm going to do is wait till they get like, we cook something like, I don't know, maybe a whole goat or something. Oh, a spit. What I need you guys to do is to tell me what you'd like to do for the next couple of ideas. I have the next one already planned. So just so you know, the next one I'm going to do is, I know a lot of people who follow the channel, they actually are beginners. And we say things all the time that are like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, what is he talking about? So I'm actually to go to a person's house that just bought a barbecue. It's a gorgeous house. He's a friend of mine that was at the event yesterday with. And he's just bought a Pro 575 Traeger. And he asked me a couple of questions yesterday that made me think maybe he doesn't know anything about smoking. And I thought, you know what? Why don't we do a bit of a beginner's sesh? What happened was, he asked me a question. I won't say his name because the question was pretty funny. He said to me, the first question wasn't too funny. He said, do you burn in a smoker? And I was like, yeah, you burn in a smoker. Just to get rid of the nasty oils in transit and stuff like that. Like you season a wok. And he was like, yep. And he goes, do you need to have pellets in it to burn it off? And I was like, all right. Stew? Oh shit, I named you. I said, I'm going to come help you. So next week, we're actually going to go and do a how-to. And while we're doing that, given I always cook chicken wings, or we always cook chicken wings, I thought we'd show you a secret technique to cooking crispy chicken wings on a slow cook smoker. All right? So, I have just seen some suggestions. Yeah, Krisha, I got in trouble for the Christmas spit jokes last time. Apparently I'm not allowed to say spit roast online anymore. But we could definitely do a porchetta. I just can't talk about spit roast. I don't want to see a spit roast being made anyway. All right. I would like to say a sunburned four-headed pew. Oh, and